Greetings and welcome to another installment from the Patchwork Productionz Learn to Crochet for Beginners series. In this video, we will learn how to make a new crochet edging. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Stitch, and Patchwork Productionz is all about learning and doing crochet. So make sure you subscribe so you never miss another installment. Without further ado, let's get started. So for this video, we are going to be learning about a new thing that you can do with crochet projects that you have, which is put an incredible border or edging on them. And in most of my videos where I mention any such edging or border, it's generally just with a slip stitch. But I have done a video on a border that you can make. If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to check it out. That was the crab stitch. And today we're going to learn a new type of border or edging that you can do. And this one is called if I say this correctly, Picot Edging. I hope it's not French, because then it would be pronounced differently. But this type of edging is a very easy edging to do, and it's just if you want to finish off your project and just make it look a little, fancier, nicer, more elegant. So for this edging, it's generally recommended that you have an odd number of stitches or just a certain amount for the pattern. I'll show you a slight variation of it later that requires a different amount of stitches. But basically what you're going to do is, to do this, you want to have a row of whatever the color that you're doing the edging is in. You want to have a row of whatever color you're doing your edging in. So in this case, this is what my regular project would be in whatever color it was. And then I would make an entire single crochet row across. That's just to add some, it helps define the edging a lot better than to have a straight contrast to the work that you're doing for your project. Now, I'm using these very interesting colors just so that you can visibly see what is going on here. Of course, for whatever project you're doing, you would use whatever colors you would like. So we have our single crochet row here. And so now this is where it begins. So we're going to chain one, turn our work, and we're not going to work into this first single crochet. We're going to skip that. What we're going to do though is we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So now technically you have 4 chains, but that first chain you made is your turning chain. So we're just working with these 3 here now. And so now you're going to do a slip stitch into that first of the 3 chains that you made. So not the first chain that you made, because that's your turning chain. Out of the 3 chains we just made, you're going to do a slip stitch into that first one. Oopsie. So it should look like this. You have that turning chain, you have your 3 chains, and then you slip stitched into that first of your 3 chains. And so now, again, we're skipping that first single crochet. We are going to make a single crochet in the next stitch. So my loop is a little big here. So basically, just for the rundown, we did a row of single crochets, we chained 1, turned our work, and then we made a chain of 3, and into that first chain of the 3 that we made, we did a slip stitch. We skipped the first single crochet and made a single crochet in the next stitch. So that's the first part of this pattern here that we've just completed. And so now we are going to continue this pattern from that single crochet. So from this single crochet that we made, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Into that first chain, we're going to do a slip stitch. slip stitch. We are going to skip the first single crochet, and we're going to, or the next single crochet here, and we're going to work into the next stitch with a single crochet. And so we're going to do this all the way to the end of the row. So we are going to chain 3, slip stitch into the first of those 3 chains, skip one of these single crochets here, and we're going to work into the next one with a single crochet. So I'm just going to finish this. And here we are at the end. As you can see here, this is what this looks like. It's a nice little edging. It's just chains that are kind of clumped together. And it's very easy to do. Now, of course, you can see with this pattern that we do, which is a simple pattern, but the amount of stitches you have will change what this would look like. Me personally, what I would do is I would make sure that instead of having my bottom row have an odd number of stitches, because then that odd number would be the turning chain, and then we would have an even number of workable stitches. I would instead have an odd number of workable stitches, so that I could chain 1 at the beginning here, and for me that would make this look nicer. So I'd have a chain 1 at the beginning and hopefully a chain 1 at the end, or a single crochet at the beginning and a single crochet at the end. I can't actually guarantee that will happen, but theoretically that's what I would hope, so that for me it just looks more even if I have a single crochet and then the design in the middle. But of course, it's up to you, whatever you choose. So this is the simple version, just regular Picot edging. I'm going to call it that, but I'm afraid the pronunciation is wrong. We'll see what it is. But now there is a larger version of this where you just do more chains and the pattern slightly changes. So they recommend that your stitches be anywhere from a multiple of 3 stitches plus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stick with what I have here, but I'm just going to slip stitch down the side of this and work on the opposite side, just to make my life easy. So give me a brief moment. Alright, so I just did this slip stitch down the side so I could work on the opposite side of my work here, just so I wouldn't have to make an entirely new micro swatch. But basically for this pattern, what we're going to do is we have our chain 1, I have a chain 1 here, and it's pretty similar in that we don't work into the first couple of stitches after we do our picot. But how we begin this is we actually begin with a single crochet. So we're going to single crochet into into the next stitch. So we're still skipping that first stitch, but we're going to single crochet into the next one. Then we are going to chain 5. So this is why it's larger. You just do more chains. 4, 5. We're going to slip stitch into the first of those 5 chains that we did. We are going to skip the next single crochet there, and we're going to work into the next 2. So we're going to skip this one and work into these 2. 1, 2, and then the pattern repeats. So from here, from this from this second single crochet, we are going to chain 5, make a slip stitch into the first of those 5 chains, skip the next single crochet, skip that one, and work into these 2 with single crochets. And so that's all I can do, because of course I don't have the right number of stitches to work into, which is why there's a recommended size, because this uses a spacing of 2 chains of 2 stitches. There's less to work with. See, I got 5 down here and only 2 up here. So this is the idea behind why you need a certain number of stitches, but this is how you do the large Picot edging. So here we have another edging design that we can do in addition to the previously learned crab stitch, also known as the reverse single crochet. So now you have another border to add to your repertoire to make things look nice. So for now, that will be all for this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to learn more about crochet, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and also share this video with your friends and family or on social media. And feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any questions or suggestions or any feedback, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, catch you later.